And we're back on Central Valley Talk. Thanks for spending some time with us today. I'm Mike Scott, joined by Carrie Margosian and Joann from CASA of Tulare County. Thanks for driving in today.
Thank you.
How are you guys?
Great.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
What's up with CASA?
Lots of things are going on
Tell
for
me.
the new year. We have a new training class starting January 20th, just next week.
That's next week,
And
yeah.
we're trying to fill it. So,
Training for?
well,
what are you
training
looking for?
advocates.
Advocates?
The advocates that advocate for the abused, neglected children that have entered the dependency court due to abuse and neglect. And so we are a nonprofit organization that speaks up for those children. So we recruit, train, and support community volunteers to be voices for those children.
So the folks at the event next week, you're looking for them to volunteer their time.
Well, to get into the training and to be trained and to be sworn in as officers of the court. So it's a volunteer program,
Okay.
but you're volunteering your time as a sworn officer of the court, as a CASA advocate, to be a voice for that child or children. So that my role is outreach training, and then her role is a totally different role. So we do have two aspects of
What's your role?
CASA.
I do fundraising and event planning.
Ah, the important stuff. You have to have the fundraising,
Yeah,
right?
You have to.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You brought a little video today, and we're going to take a look at it. It'll tell us a little bit more about CASA.
Yes.
Here we go.
Problem like it is in any of our counties in California and actually throughout the United States. Unfortunately, in Tulare County, it's larger. It's a larger problem than I think people are aware of. We just participated in the 19th annual March on Main. That's the 19th time that CASA has sponsored an event that kicks off Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Month. Wonderful event where we all get together, we march on Main Street, we talk about being the voice of a child. It should not hurt to be a child, and CASA leads that every year.
It is not an ethnic issue, it is not a geographical issue, it is a human issue. And it's one that we all need to say it's time for us to get serious about stopping the abuse that happens to our most vulnerable children.
Child abuse in Tulare County is a serious problem that we address every day in our court system.
In 2013 in Tulare County, 8,119 reports of child abuse were received by Child Welfare Services, resulting in 966 substantiated cases of abuse or neglect. In these cases, the children are removed from their homes and wind up in the Tulare County Juvenile Court and in foster care.
You have a child who's being removed from their home that they've known, whether it's a good home or not, that's the only home they've known. You have a child who is intimidated by the court system. You have to have an attorney that represents the child's interests. You have attorneys that are representing the parents' interests. You have an attorney representing the county's interests. And it's a very scary situation for a child.
And this is where CASA of Tulare County comes into play. Court-appointed special advocates are volunteer officers of the court who are assigned to cases of child abuse and neglect.
Some of why CASA began was because the judges wanted to know more about what was going on. They're making life-changing decisions for these children.
Because when we have a child who's in foster care, we have regular reviews, and CASA will submit a report if they are an advocate for that child. And in that report, I can find out exactly what's really happening.
Well, I'm sorry to have to cut that off, but it's we don't have enough time for the whole video. But those videos are available on your website?
All of them. There are other ones too, but that one is,
Yeah.
yes.
So the judges really are the ones who pushed for this? Is that what I was getting out of that video?
Actually, it began in 1977 as an experiment with Judge David Sukum out of Seattle, Washington. So he did a pilot program. As a judge, he didn't have enough information, and he lost sleep over not having enough information, not making proper decisions for safety reasons. And so that's how CASA began, and it spread all over the United States. In 1982, National CASA formed. In 1984, Tulare CASA formed. So, but CASAs are there to represent the best interest for the child. We're there to make sure the child is safe and finds a safe, permanent home. But the judges of that county are involved. So that was Juliet Judge Bocconi, one of the, she's a presiding judge of juvenile our juvenile court system.
In Tulare County.
In Tulare County, so that's who you heard on the
Yeah.
video.
Now, Joann, we saw some video of the march going on there, and you mentioned that it's coming up again in March, the 20th anniversary
Our
march.
20th anniversary march will
Yeah.
be March 28th, and it starts at 9:30 in the morning on the corner of Floral and Main Street. And we gather there and blow up balloons and hand out clackers to make some noise, and we have banners, and the community joins us, and we march down Main Street to Garden Street Plaza, where then we have a small, what would you call it?
Little gathering?
Yes.
Gathering, a lot of informational booths from other organizations that we work with, so you can get information on foster parenting and CASA and all different agencies.
Is that a
are there.
Saturday?
It's a Saturday morning.
Saturday
Mhm.
morning? Yeah.
Saturday.
All right, March the 28th, if you'd like to take part of the 20th annual march. Well,
Come on down.
if it's made it to 20 years, you're obviously doing something right, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, probably the best thing you'd like is to go out of business, right?
That's what our boss, Marilyn Barr, executive director, says. Yeah, I wish we all were out of a job.
Yeah, but unfortunately, not the case.
No, you're
Well,
right.
Thank you guys for volunteering your time.
thanks for
And
having
what are you looking for in volunteers? I mean, is there a certain age limit? You have to be a certain age?
You have
or-
to be 21 and older. You just need a heart to want to serve an innocent child. The best thing, if you're really interested, just call our office, 625-4007. Attend an orientation. I do those orientations ongoing every Monday at 5:30 p.m., every Thursday at noon. And then you're ready to get more information to make the decision if you want to get into a training class. And that training class, the next one coming up is January 20th, and we have 4 training classes a year.
Okay, and you're trying to fill that now.
I
so
really am, yes.
Don't wait. All right. Carrie and Joann, thank you so much
Thank
for coming
you,
in today.
Mike.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
CASA of Tulare County here on Central Valley Talk.